Welcome back to Hannity. The brand new dash cam video today showing a Florida police officer fatally shooting an unarmed black man back in February comes on the heels of last weekend's fatal shooting of another black man by a cop in South Carolina. Joining us now with more reaction, the founder and president of Bond, Brotherhood Organization for a New Destiny, Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson, and civil rights attorney Leo Terrell. Jesse, you agree with what I'm saying about this? I have carried a gun my entire adult life. There is no risk to anybody. You do not shoot an innocent man in the back 8 times in cold blood like this. Your reaction?
Well, I agree with you that when I first saw the video, I was shocked as well to see this guy running off, this black man running away and being shot in the back. But after the initial shock, I calmed down and I started to question things. What happened before this shot, those shots happened?
Why would that even be? Wait, hang on a second. But if he's not a threat to the officer, Jesse, wait a minute. If he's not a threat to the officer, there is no, or a threat to anybody else, there's never a justification. In terms of tactics and techniques and training, there's no justification for what I see on that video. None.
Well, I want to make it clear that I'm not justifying at all the action of the police officer, but what I am saying is that we, as American citizens, owe it to the officer to give him the benefit of the doubt.
But let's take a worst-case scenario.
Until we get all the information and then make a decision.
But let's
based
assume
on the information that we get.
let's assume he punched the police officer in the face, raked his jaw with a hammer punch and broke his jaw. At that moment when he fired the weapon and hit that man 8 times in the back, he was not a threat to that officer or anybody else. And that means that is not a justifiable use of force, period. Jesse, the tape is clear as day.
That's right, but I'm not justifying the shooting itself. I don't know what happened. I'm just saying in America, you are innocent until proven guilty.
I agree.
And right now, Sean, white officers are under attack by angry black folks in this country.
But this is a guy that gives
these officers, they are not listening. They are not
gives them a bad
the authority
name.
of the police officer.
All right, Leo, let me go to
but
this.
He doesn't give them one yet because we don't know what the evidence is.
Jesse,
before you switch subject, this is the second time in the history of Fox News Cable that you, Sean Hannity, and I agree. Jesse Lee Peterson is the only man on the face of this earth who is talking about everything else other than the unlawful shooting of this man. I suggest, Jesse, you look at a case called Tennessee versus Gardner. The Supreme Court has said you cannot shoot an unarmed person. And for you to come on this show as a black man and to say somehow justify this shooting, you're an embarrassment to the world right now. The whole world is looking at how stupid you are.
I am not justifying
You're trying to focus on another subject.
What I'm saying
you're changing the subject.
Our police officers are under attack.
One at a time. Jesse.
Leo, our police officers are under attack
in the back
around the world. And if
you are the only man taking a position.
Jesse.
This is embarrassing.
If you notice, Sean,
you are embarrassing.
We have had so many cases where Americans have overreacted.
We're not talking about other cases. We're talking about this case.
Guys, Michael Brown situation.
No,
I'm saying we got to stop overreacting.
Gentlemen, let me step in here. Leo, you got to stop. We can't hear Jesse and we can't hear you. Let him finish his thought and I will go back to you, I promise. Jesse.
All that I'm saying is that we should wait for due process, because I don't think Americans understand how angry and brainwashed these young black folks are. There have been an element of black Americans who have been listening to people like these race hustlers.
All right, Leo,
you're
killing me. Leo,
I am not going to sit here and listen to this hate.
All right, Leo.
It's my turn.
No, now it's my turn, and then I'll go to you. Hang on a second. Leo,
I'm not going to listen to it.
Leo, I am saying I want to ask you a legal question, because we're talking about here. I think what Jesse is discussing is a topic for another day, but not in this case.
Yes.
In this case,
I agree.
The legal justifiable use of force is clear. He is not a threat to anybody. I think it's irrelevant what happened leading up to this, based on the video.
Listen, I have just given you kudos. You and I are in agreement for the second time in the history of Fox News Cable. It is against the law for any officer to shoot an unarmed black man or any man
Okay,
in the
Leo,
back.
let me
and
ask
Jesse
you a
Lee
favor.
Peterson
Let me-
wants to talk about everything. Hey, you quiet down.
Let me ask for your
if you don't
support.
stop talking, I'm done.
Let
I'm
me
done.
ask for your
I'm
support,
done.
Leo.
I'm done.
Right now, I'm working with a family in the inner cities of South Central LA. They have gang members who are living in their communities and openly robbing their homes. They're breaking into their homes. And the good folks there are afraid to even call the police officers, and they know who is doing it, but they
Jesse,
fear for their lives.
Jesse,
I
I gotta
want
tell you.
Leo to get with me and get cameras to go into those
Leo left.
communities and photo. Well, it's too bad. Leo's a little coward. But I want Leo to go into the inner cities with me with cameras, and let's take pictures of the thugs who are
All right, Jesse,
harassing
I think that's a discussion for a different day here.
People.
We cannot have in this country innocent. Look, as you talk about the officer's innocent until proven guilty, that tape is overwhelming, incontrovertible evidence that this man was shot innocently in the back. He's not the
That's
judge,
right.
jury, and executioner here. He doesn't get to fire
But-
against a guy that's not a threat to anybody. You know, these other issues
Hey,
that you
Sean,
want to
you're
discuss,
right.
I think, are irrelevant to this case. You don't shoot an innocent person that's not a threat in the back. That's murder.
Well, first of all, Sean, I want to say that this guy wasn't innocent. He had a
Whatever,
warrant out on him, and it's being reported
But the
that
cop
that's why
doesn't
he
get to be
ran.
the judge,
But
jury,
my
and
point is-
executioner. His job's to arrest him.
But Sean-
He should have followed after him. You don't fire shots in the back.
But don't you do you agree with me that we at least owe him the respect to wait until all the information
agree
is
that a
gathered,
person is innocent
and
till
then
proven
decide?
guilty.
This guy's already
But this
been,
tape is
this
so
guy's already been charged
overwhelmingly
with murder.
outrageous. I don't know.
But you don't know that, Sean. You came in at the middle of the video.
Doesn't matter.
You
I
didn't
came
see
in.
the fight on the ground.
The cop stopped.
You didn't see what was happening.
Aimed and fired 8 times and hit him in the back.
That's
And
right.
you can see on the
And
tape
that's
he
shocking.
represented no threat to anybody. He was not a threat
That's
to a
shocking,
soul.
Sean. But let
I've
me
got to
just-
go, though.
Let me
we're out
say
of
this,
time.
Sean.
We're out of
The
time.
liberals are making a big mistake by overreacting to this situation.
It's not
I mean,
overreaction. There's a
conservatives
man
are.
that is dead that shouldn't be dead. A mother and father lost
I
their son.
understand.
His brother was on last night, Jesse. This kid should be.
But
This
allow
man should be
due
alive.
process.
All right. we gotta
Allow
roll.
due process. Had he not run away, he
Due
would
process.
be
What
alive
about due
today.
process for the guy that's dead? He's not getting due process.
But it will be for if the officer is punished properly. The guy that is dead, I mean, he's getting justice. But we need to allow things to happen
It's gonna
properly in this
happen.
country because this is
There's
America.
no lawyer on the face of this earth, in my opinion, based on what we see in that tape, that is going to get that police officer off. But I got to go. Thank you for being with us.